Hey guys, Matt Bartram here from Warrior Fitness and Health, and I coach busy people to create fitter and healthier lifestyles with my PT, my Warrior Group Fitness and my nutritional consultations. Welcome to today's free live training, and I've got to say, I'll give free training out multiple times in the week and every week, 47 weeks of the year. I'm super excited about this one. This one is part one of a three-part free training package. Okay, so over the next 3 weeks, I'm going to give you some tools to learn how to create your own transformation, whatever that looks like for you. Now, I was inspired to create this one because everybody that watches this video, you would have seen this at some point. You would have seen maybe a TV advert, maybe a social media advert, that kind of goes, let me take you on a 6, an 8 or a 12-week transformation. I'm going to get you to do all this and I'm going to charge you, I don't know, £99 for it or $49.99 for it. And you get these fitness professionals that are going to sell this transformation and they're going to charge you for it. And I thought, how cool would it be to actually show you the process that us fitness professionals go through designing a transformation package, and then we sell it because obviously we make a living doing this. I'm going to give you the exact steps where you can do this for free because I think this is really relevant at this time where energy bills are going up and cost of living is going up. And let me give you the tools that you can create your own transformation absolutely for free to save you some money. So again, this is part one of a 3-part series, and I'm going to release part one this week and then next week and the week after, and I'll probably do some summary after that. So part number one of creating your own transformation is know your goal. You need to know with absolute certainty, crystal clear, in detail, what exactly is your transformation goal? Because as humans, we all set different goals. Now, what this know your goal is based on, in my 30 years of one-to-one coaching in group fitness and fitness professional and etc., in my experience, 95% of people, they set what I would call grey goals. And I'm wondering if you've ever done this. So a lot of the inquiries that come into me via text and WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger and calls and people coming up and talking to me at the gym, as soon as I start asking them what are their goals, they start talking to me about grey goals. They say, okay Matt, I want to lose some weight. And of course, as a PT, I'll go, okay, how much weight do you want to lose? Don't know, a stone maybe? I say, okay, so you want to lose 14 pounds, would you? Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to lose a stone, I want to lose 14 pounds. And then when I start asking, do you want to lose 14 pound on the scale, 14 pound of body fat with me measuring body fat reduction with PT calipers, I don't really know the difference between the two. So they've approached a fitness professional to lose 14 pound or a stone, but they don't really know how they're going to measure that, whether it's going to be on the scales or the calipers. Or another example of this could be, hey Matt, can you train me up for a marathon? I fancy doing a marathon. And I go, yeah, great, we can do that. Tell me your running experience, and they tell me a bit about what they can currently do. And then I say, okay, tell me which marathon you actually want to do. I don't know. I don't really know. I say, well, okay, until we know which marathon you're doing, we don't know when to start your training package because it takes X amount of weeks to train you for that package. So what I'm trying to sell to you is the first step of a proper transformation is knowing with crystal clear certainty what exactly is your goal. Because until you know exactly what the goal is, you have got no way of measuring the milestones and whether you're on track and whether you're putting in the correct action to get there. So they're what I call grey goals. So I know what you're thinking now. Okay, Matt, how do we set accurate, crystal clear goals? Okay, I am not going to go down the SMART goal setting route because most people have heard of it. It does work, it's a little bit boring, and if you haven't heard of it, SMART is an acronym that basically goes, your goal setting should be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and timely. And yes, us PTs do use it, but I've got an easier formula for you. The correct way to set a crystal clear goal is to treat it a little bit like an appointment. Let me give you an example. So in a couple of weeks' time, I've got a dentist appointment. I think it's on a Thursday. So my goal on that specific day is to be at the dentist 10 minutes before my appointment at my dentist on the Albert Road in Tamworth. Can you see how on a specific day, in a specific location, I'm going to check in somewhere for something specific, and that would mean that I don't do anything else during that time. Does that make sense? So what I'm trying to sell to you is an accurate goal should be very specific on what you want to do, by when, by what end date, and kind of what are you going to do roughly to take you on that journey. So, example, these people that come to me say, hey Matt, want to lose a stone? The correct way would be, Matt, I would like to lose 14 pounds of weight, measured on the scale. I would like to do that within 16 weeks because on that date, I've got my wedding. Can you see how we've got an accurate goal of I'm going to lose 14 pounds. I've got a 16-week window to do it. And I would know if I've achieved it because there's a specific event going on here. Let's use a running event again. So let's say somebody wants to do a London Marathon. I can't remember what month it's in, but let's just say it's June. So a specific goal would be, in June 2023, I want to London Marathon. I would like to run it from beginning to end. I've got no concern about the time. I just want to be able to say I ran the London Marathon 2023 from beginning to end without stopping. Because part of your transformation then, you can then work backwards and plan the steps to pop in your training. So I guess the big summary for part 1 of 3 of knowing your goal, if you set grey goals, I want to lose weight, I want to start running, they're wishy-washy and you can never make an accurate plan and you've never got no way of accurately measuring it to know if you're on track or to get you to that end result. As opposed to if you set accurate, crystal clear goals that you can define, you can tell somebody exactly what it is, you can tell somebody exactly how you're measuring it, and there's some sort of end dating process. You can map out the journey with a fitness professional. You can go onto Google for training plans, and you can lay out the steps in the time scale that you would like that done by. So this is part 1 of 3 of creating your own transformation. And part 1 is all about knowing your goal with crystal clear certainty. So, call to action. What I need you to do now, if you're currently creating your own transformation, or you want to get into shape, or you've got something that you want to attack, I want you to think really clear. What is it that you want? Do you want to lose X amount of weight by X amount of time? Do you want to increase your performance in the gym by certain lifts 10%? Do you want to take some sort of cardio element, I don't know, a mountain bike, a run, a mountain climb or a swim, and do you want to be able to do that in a certain time? I want you to get very clear on your goal. I want you to get pen and paper and I want you to write it down. So what do you actually want? How will it be measured? When would you like that done by? And if you don't know when you would like it done by, or you don't know if it's doable, that's when you start reaching out to a coach, because they can do calculations and go, actually, you can't lose 14 pounds of body fat in 4 weeks because the human body doesn't work like that. It actually needs maybe 12 to 16 weeks to do that. So your call to action, part 1 of this 3-part training, is to get very crystal clear on your goal. I want you to be able to write it down. I want you to be able to tell your best friend, I want to do this by this time, and I will know I've done it because on this date, this will happen. And then in the next training, which is going to be in approximately 6-7 days' time, I'm going to take you to step 2 of this 3-part series. But you can't go on to step 2 until you've done step 1 properly. So again, your call to action. If you've got a transformation in mind, if you want to lose weight or do an event or increase your performance, I want you, before the next training, to be crystal clear on what it is you want, how are you going to measure it, when would you like it done by? And then in part 2, I'm going to give you what I believe the most important part of this 3-part series that everybody forgets to do, but it's absolutely essential as part of your planning. So I hope you found this useful. If you have found it useful, wherever you see this, pop some sort of comment down below. Pop useful. Tell me what you most found interesting about this free training. And if there's somebody else that you think really needs to see this right now, maybe tag them in, maybe share the video, and it's all free training. We're trying to help people as much as possible. So hope you found it useful. As always, if you think my PT, my Warrior Group Fitness or my nutrition help could serve you, send me a message, we'll start the conversation. If not, do your call to action, get crystal clear with your goal. I will see you in part 2.